Everyone, I hope you're having an amazing day. Welcome to another episode of Einstein Certification Series. So today I'll be talking about permission sets and how to give permission if you do not have access to Einstein Analytics, right? So if you remember in our previous episode, I talked about annotation and how to share an app, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the annotation again, right, with the user, right? I'll say, hey, so-and-so user, can you check out my chart, right? And then we're going to log in as that specific user, right, and to see what happens. So we're going to do a scenario-based learning today, right? I'm not going to talk about how to create this, how to create that. That we're going to do that anyways, but I just wanted to give you a better understanding, if you do using a scenario. Okay, so the first thing first, you need to log into an org if you haven't done so. So also you need to register for an org, right? I've talked about it many times, okay? All right, so the first thing first. So what we're going to do, we're going to log into the same Analytics Studio, right? So we're going to go to sales. If you remember, I talked about different ways you can go to your app. So you can go to more, excuse me, and go to analytics, right? And then I'm going to open my new demo app. And let's say I want to share this with Laura. Whatever the name of the user is. Let me see the name of a user. I'm not sure if it's Laura or, let me say, I don't remember the name. Okay, so let me check it out. Okay, and let's go to, if it's, I know that there's a user called Laura in our system, but okay, so it's Julie, right? So let me see Julie's profile, user master file first, right? Julie got pretty much no permission sets whatsoever. Okay, fantastic. So I'm gonna share this with Julie, right? It's a hey, Julie, can you have a look at this table figure, right? So I'm going to attach the current screenshot as well. Okay. And so Julie will get a notification, right? If she has an access to Einstein, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to log in as Julie, right? So there's a login button there. So I hope everyone knows how to activate this login. I talked about it initially, so it's pretty straightforward. So there are different help documentation out there. So yeah, cool. So go to login here. So I'm going to log in as a Julie to see if I get any notification here. I don't get any notification. Let's see if I have an access to, if Julie has an access to Einstein Analytics at first place, right? So, that's interesting, right? So you might get this scenario, right? You wanted to share this with your coworker or someone else, right? Or let's say a CEO or whatever, right? And you wanted to say, oh, look, can you have a look at this chart? And then the person logs in and says, look, I can't access this. What are you trying to share with me, right? So we have a problem here. So how to troubleshoot it? That's where the permission set license comes in the picture. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to log out as Julie first, right? And let's log in as an admin, so which we are, okay? So go to Julie, right? Now, see, look at this one first. We have permission set license, this is, and permission set assignment, right? Now, there is a very good analogy in Trailhead explaining the difference between a permission set license and permission sets. I would like to share that one. Right, so permission set license, think about it as like a passport, right, which lets you travel to different countries. But let's say I live in I live in New Zealand, right, and then I wanted to travel to a country which require visa. Europe, anyways, we have free 90 days. So okay, let's talk about a country. Let's say XYZ, right? A Kiwi wanted to travel to an XYZ country. So what are all the things you need, right? You need a passport, right, which is your travel document, right? So the passport is, you can think about your passport as a permission set license, right? But having a passport is just not good enough, because the country might expect you to have a visa to enter, right? So without a visa, just you can't enter that specific nation, right? So you need to have a visa of that country. So that visa is called permission sets in this case, right? So pretty straightforward. Your passport, you can think about your passport as a permission set license, and then permission set is like a visa. You can go to different countries, right? Cool. Sounds good, right? Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna edit the assignment, right? A passport, permission set license. You can edit this, okay, and then you're gonna enable Einstein Analytics Plus, right? I'm gonna enable this platform, and I will save it. Okay, fantastic. Okay, now let's log in again and see if you have an access to Einstein. It takes a while. Yada yada. Okay, go here. Okay, sounds good. Not yet. That's great. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a new permission set, right? So I'm gonna go to a permission set here. As usual, you're gonna go to the setup and type permission. So you're gonna permission set, and let's say I'm gonna create a permission set for, let's say Julie belongs to sales team, right? So you're gonna say sales perm set. And I'm gonna do the license as probably, if you have analytics, Einstein Analytics Plus. Okay, so I'm gonna save it. Okay, and then I'm gonna manage assignment. Okay, and then add assignments. Okay, and then I'm gonna add Julie to it. Okay, sign it, right? That's done. Okay, now go back to the permission set, okay, and then go to system permissions, okay, and then edit, right? So these are the different options you need to keep in consideration, right? Say what all the options this user can have. Right? So do you want to give an option to create an app? Yeah, absolutely. So you can take that out. Can user run data inside? Yeah, you can run that as well. Okay. And then can they do edit? Can they manage it? It depends upon what all you wanted to do, right? What all access that you want the user to have, right? As an admin or as a consultant, right? It's your responsibility to know what all access right you wanted to give to that specific user. To that permission sets, right? So so the users can do whatever they wanted to do. So, right, and so I think that should be enough for now. And I'm going to save it. Okay, and I'm going to save this. Okay, and I'm gonna do that, and what I'm going to do object manager, sorry, not object manager. I'm going to go to users again, and I'm going to go to Julie again, and let's see, we have this one here. If I go to edit assignment, I have the sales permission sets here, right? So you can click on save, okay, and then you can log in again, okay, and let's see if I have access. Right, okay, so see, we have now Analytics Studio, right? So now, will Julie have an access? We'll find out. So what we're gonna do, so I'm gonna go here and say, for whatever, now I say, I'm gonna share this, and I'm gonna say, with Julie, right? And say, hey, Julie, have a look. Have a look. Okay, and let's see what happens. Okay, so now we enter Julie. See, you got a notification now, right? Okay, so you see, hey, Julie, have a look. Okay, so you're gonna go hear the stuff here, right? So you're gonna have a look at it, and I say, hey, thanks for sharing. Okay, and I'm gonna comment it. Okay, sorry if I can comment it. Okay, sorry. Right, okay, so that's done, and then I'm gonna log out as a Julie. Okay, and then you're gonna go back here, right? So that's, and you get a notification here, right? So that's pretty much it is, right? So this is all, I mean, administration is pretty straightforward, right? Giving access to a user is very, very simple. So you remember what we've done, right? So I wanted to share, I wanted to share a widget or, part of my chart with another user, and if that user do not have an access, right, then probably that user won't able to see it, right? So you need to create a permission set license, and then you need to assign a permission set license, and then you need to assign a permission set. You can create a new permission set, or you can assign an existing one, depending upon your business requirement, right? So I just showed you how to do that, how to create a permission set. So, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. If you have someone who's been working with Salesforce, you will know how to do that, right? So, and then if you wanted to give more access, you wanted to tamper with the system permission, then you need to go to that same permission set and tamper with it, right? It's a better way to do that, right? So it's always good to create your own permission set. Then you can control it, right? What all access you want the user to have. So it's much better and more efficient in my opinion. So that's my perception, right? So that's all I wanted to talk about today. Very, very simple and very short lecture. So next time we're gonna talk more about administration side, more about security, and admin side of things, right? So right now we are not doing a complex stuff with Einstein. It's pretty basic. We are where we are right now. You should know by now how to create an app, how to create a data set, how to create a dashboard, and how to give an access to a user if that user for whatever reason do not have an access, right? So as you can see, we are doing in an order, right? So this is most likely, you will have similar scenario at your workplace, right? So that's being said, greetings and ideas from New Zealand. Take care. Bye-bye.